Welcome to Pilates with Jada, and today we're going to be stretching. We're going to first start off with our cat and cow, and this we want to make sure that we're sucking in our core, and we're just going to go in an up and down motion. Then we're going to bend down into a cobra. With this movement, we're going to twist our body entirely, getting that good stretch in our back. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. With this movement, it's going to be similar to crisscross applesauce, but instead our legs aren't going to be crossed. And then we're going to take our shoulders and roll them back. And we want to make sure that we're rolling them all the way back, and this is going to help with our posture. With this movement, we want to take and use our elbows to help push our knees down. And this is going to help with our hip flexors because as we walk throughout our entire day, we use our hips. So stretching them out is going to help. As we put both of our legs out, we're just going to lean into this stretch. And we want to make sure that it's to the point where it's not uncomfortable, but we still want to feel a nice stretch. We're gonna now lean to one side, and this is again gonna help stretch our hip flexors. And then after we finish with this one, we're gonna just move over to the other side. Then we're gonna roll our shoulders again, and this is gonna prepare us for our next stretch. Within our next stretch, we're gonna take our hands, and this is gonna help with the muscles in our hands and wrists. This is so important because we use our wrists all day, so making sure we're stretching out those muscles is so important, and they tend to be continuously forgotten about. And we're gonna take our hands and make a L motion, and this is gonna stretch out our wrists. With this movement, we want to make sure that we're pointing our toes and we're using the muscles as well in our back and arms. And we want to lean forward again to the point where we're not in pain, but we feel a good stretch. With this movement, we want to make a 90-degree with one leg and a 90-degree with the other in the opposite motion. And we want to lean into this stretch. This is stretching out our entire right leg and our hips as well. As we do this, we're going to next move on to the other side after this one. With this stretch, we want to make sure we're lengthening and stretching out our leg to the best of our ability. The next stretch coming up is what I like to call the one leg bear hug. And this stretch is gonna help stretch out the muscles in our thighs. After we do this stretch, we're gonna next move on to a stretch that really helps again with the hip flexors. And this is a really good stretch if you're a runner or you like to run a lot. This is gonna help with those movements. We are gonna just lean our leg over to the side the opposite way and just lean into the stretch after this one. And then again, after these, we're gonna move on to the same stretches, but on the other side. With this next movement, we're gonna give ourselves a nice bear hug. After this stretch, we're gonna roll around in this bear hug, and this is gonna stretch out any tense muscles in our back area, and we wanna make sure that we're doing this slow and controlled. For our last movements, we can't forget about the arms. We want to make sure we're stretching them out, and we're going to do first the left side and we're going to move on to the right side after. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let's finish these stretches and come again for the next video.